Hello, my little neon lights. 'Tis I, Midnight Neon. I almost forgot my own name, for crying out loud. That's sad. That is sad. I almost forgot my own name. Anyway, um, we're back with yet another Starfield. And let's get something off our chest, shall we? Yes, I am fully aware of the whole Charlie Kirk situation and everybody in the gaming industry suddenly just going stupidly nuts and making terrible things. I intend to finish my first playthrough here, but then that's it. I'm not going to make any more Starfield videos after that. Um, it's all just, for better lack of words, it's just terrible that it's all happening. Uh, that man, while I do not hold any political ideologies close, I prefer to not get involved with any of that. So him being taken from this world the way he was disgusting and awful, and the manner in which he was taken, it didn't just destroy him, it destroyed his family too, because I know they survived because of the news reports. I do pay attention, and I know that a lot of folk are trying to basically take advantage of this situation. Both sides, the hate is out of control, and I don't agree with any of it. I'm just going to play the game, and then when I'm done with it, I'm done with it. And there are. Um, hmm, why do I keep getting balloon? Okay. It's not the capture card, or else you wouldn't be seeing the menu go up and down with the highlighter. Um, Audio's working because I can see it. Why do I keep getting a bloom? What is that? Not getting any messages. Is it the battery? Don't be the battery again. No. The battery's working fine. The mic is working fine. Camera's working fine. Anyway, I just wanted to say that once I'm finished with this, I'm finished with it. Because I started this way back before all that happened. I just don't get these released out as often as I would like. So I'm going to go ahead and see it through. But this game, the way it works is you play till the end, but it's not the end. It's only one version of the end. You have to keep playing over and over again until you get to the final ending, which I am not going to do that. I am just going to go ahead and play it through until I get the first ending, and then that's that. I'm not going to restart the game. I'm not going to play through multiple endings. It's just as simple as that. I don't want anything to do with any of this nonsense. And I ask of you, please, on all sides, from all walks of life, from everybody, that man's family has suffered and they don't need any more. So please just stop and let them be, let them rest, let them grieve, because having my own history that I'm not exactly going to share here, but let's just say violence leaves scars, and that's that. So please don't cause trouble. And if you're going to leave comments, just remember I do check my comments from time to time, and I will block you. Or I will remove your comment if I can. Um, And I've already got it set to strict rules on the comments. So if the YouTube AI algorithm says, "Oh, hey, this person left a very disgusting thing," this setting here says I have to remove it. Just remember, it may not be up there. But that's that. I'm done talking about it. Let's get moving to the game. I got hours to burn, and let's burn them up together, shall we, my little neon lights? And remember, I am very pro peace, love, kindness, caring, and I do not care for hate, rhetoric, and nonsense. Um, it has no place on my channel. It just does not. Okay, let's see. The exit save was at the launch. Jimison launch. Ow. I need to check on something, folks. Just one moment. It may get a little funny. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I had to check on something and made certain that I didn't mess things up. So I need to get a. I'm hoping that you hear okay. The volume levels on the mic are coming out pretty good. Yes, that's right. We just finished with Sam. I had just remembered that I had forgotten to get that branch from Aquila City. Because we agreed to old what's his name, we would go pick that up for him. So we're gonna go do that, and then we'll come back and do the where's the mouse? There it is. We're gonna go do that, and then we'll come back and
home sweet home.
I have something for you when you have a moment.
Finish getting the
Say last goodbyes.
finish getting the access to so we can access the archive. Oh, by the way, the things that you do in the game do count towards the end of the
And just
game.
like that, we're in space.
Yeah, we're in space. We want to go to Cheyenne. That's it. Specifically, we want to go to Aquila City. I had to do some recalibrations on my model again, so I apologize if the eyes are all goofy. Between the poor lighting and camera placement and my fat head, I'm going to be honest, I got a big head. That was made very clear to me when I was younger, a teenager in fact.
Sorry, spaceport's on.
I hadn't started driving yet. I was probably about 15, maybe 16. And we pull up to a very unique turn. And unfortunately, my mother was a very short woman and could not see
So you want to come
over
here for
certain
a half
parts
day,
of the
full
car.
day?
Well, I didn't
Half
think
day.
about it because normally we don't
Everything you
go
see
the
here
route
is
we
a piece
went.
of Aquila City's history.
Yes, okay. And anyway, she told me to get my fat head out of the way. She was tired, she was cranky, she had a terrible job, you know. She didn't mean anything by it, but it was At the time, it was a shock, but
Hi.
I never let her
Please feel
forget
free to
it
have a look
either.
around. It's
Because
the reason
I
I started
finally
this
got
place.
to turn the tables on her one time and told her to get her fat head out of the way. So we just were kind of
I
having
have
a good jab
artifacts
at
that
each
date
other.
all the way back to the time of Solomon Coe himself.
Yes, about that. I'd like to talk to you about a
That
tree branch.
is not something I expected to hear today. I assume you're somehow associated with the United Colonies? I've received some odd messages of late.
Yeah. I'm here on an important botanical work. A tree is upset, and the consequences could be dire.
A tree is upset? You scientists are something else. Regardless, I can't just hand over museum property, and I must admit I'm not especially inclined to help the UC, or New Atlantis for that
Actually,
matter.
there's no reason she
Hey,
can't
I get it, but we
hand
have to
over the
collectively
museum
let go
property
of this
because she
feud
is
with
the
the
museum
UC.
owner and
And
operator.
besides, this is really just about a tree and someone who is really, really attached to it.
Are you defending the UC? I must say, I expected more from a Co. Well, I'm afraid you've wasted your time because I'm not authorized nor particularly inclined
Stupidity and
to
hatred
release any
exist
of our
even in this
pieces.
world.
That includes 100-year-old tree branches. Sorry, but it's staying in storage.
I'm not letting it
Oh,
go,
are you a
lady.
friend of... I hear what you're saying, but I'm afraid it's out of the question.
It can be very annoying when I need to be. If you don't mind, give me that branch. I won't stop asking for it.
Handing over that branch is starting to look pretty good.
Good. I knew you were a reasonable
I
person.
try to be. I can't believe I'm doing this. Please return it in one piece.
Thank you. That was a little bit easier than I thought. Say, something was off about that conversation. Oh, that's right. I don't have enough manipulation skill yet. Let's go mess with the mass public, shall we? Now, in order to work this, it only actually really works on specific targets. You can target these people, but they just don't respond to it. However, find the right person. Yes, the teacher. Okay. You can actually, yes, trick them into doing stuff. If somebody doesn't walk in front of you. Manipulation. And I want you to go check that out. Well, he could do that, but the game's being goofy. Anyway. What can you? Nope, they're just knocked over. Let me see here.
Just feel those G's. Good times.
Just fill those G's. Good time. Yeah, all right. If you remember my jumping around on it was the pirate base made out of the old research lab. I could get pretty good height, but you see here how low I jumped. The gravity on this planet is higher than on that moon, so you can't get very high unless you get a really good jump pack. Excuse me a moment. Small pest. And I don't need Miss Sophia. She's asleep. Okay, let's see if I can find someone else I can manipulate. Oh, did I miss the opportunity to talk to the hunter again? No, I did not. There he stands.
Well, look who it is. How are the settled systems treating you? Make any enemies yet?
What are you doing here?
Waiting. I I do a lot of that these days, but the shortest path to a goal sometimes requires patience.
I'm trying to help as many people as I can, not make enemies.
Choosing to act is what puts you in conflict with others. It's not about how pure the intentions are. Once you start making a real impact on the universe, there's always more and more people who end up on the losing side of your decisions. Someone always gets hurt.
Yeah. As long as the person getting hurt is someone else, that's fine by me. Oh boy, that one stood out real well, didn't it? No, that's not true. I choose to help to make things better for people.
Now you sound like one of the factions. I'm sure both the United Colonies and the Free Star Collective think they're making things better. But that didn't stop them from going to war. I guess that's just the nature of things, isn't it? People start by thinking they're doing the right thing, and then your version of what's right collides with someone else's.
Yeah, okay, but alright. Yeah, alright. Admittedly, conflict is inevitable, but peace and trade get brokered just as often as war does.
But it doesn't last. See, that's my point. Even if everyone is benefiting, some people are benefiting more than others.
Ah, Mr. Negativity.
And then eventually someone thinks it's time to rebalance the scales. Better to just let people be. A single person achieving their own ends is at least honest. Helping people is just another form of control. Ah, there I go again. I was in danger of waxing philosophical last time, and now I'm knee-deep in it. I should stop while I'm ahead. I'll catch you
Or
around.
perhaps maybe you stop yourself from thinking good thoughts, so that you can focus on the negatives. Sounds like you were on the verge of admitting a truth.
What's the word for that again?
Oh, yeah, right there. Tequila City Security.
Haven't got the clue.
Oh, no, he ain't gonna be it. I don't think I can manipulate. Yeah, he's an optimist. Jaden Ross. Apparently I can manipulate him. I did. Alright, Mr. Ross. Now we're gonna have you do something illegal. Maybe. He's not moving. Oh, now he's unmoving. Fetch the decorative artifact. He was not fetching it, he was standing there. And you pick that up. Alright, fine, whatever. Suit yourself. I just need successful attempts, I guess.
Okay, let's all just take a breath here. We all want to
I'm
protect
gonna be able
people
to
from the
manipulate any of them.
Astro. We're on the same side here.
Busy fit, but how they do things. Ooh, that's the jail. And yes, I know what it is, because I've got myself put in there a few times. But that was back when I was not playing the game as I am now.
I'm just trying to imagine my partner in a crowd singing to me. It's the opposite of romantic.
Never ever go outside the city walls after sundown. Ashtar are more aggressive at night.
Him either. So many non-manipulatable peoples. How am I supposed to get this skill up if I...
Could I get a digital copy of the things I buy here?
No.
What? Why not?
I sell books. Physical books.
Space is a premium on my ship. If I could download it to my slate, I could have a whole library.
Space is a premium on the ships. Yeah, your ship maybe. But Nasi is a big and powerful ship.
Capacity?
So lot 37.
The building there needs work, but it could make for a very good home.
So she's in
Any
a
paperwork we
conversation,
need to
and I
file to
listed
clear
another
it out?
opportunity.
Outside the wall, things get dicey. Ashta are no joke, even for us.
It's more random people.
I had a friend. Caught
Okay, I'll just, stand right there on the, whoops, yeah. Oh, cool, I'm in the tower. Oh, Sam, you ruined my coolness. Shut me up, I'm coming up the stairs. Oh, come on. Sometimes you can manipulate the guards, most of the time not until you get to higher levels.
Don't even think about leaving the city. Ashta out there, and they are
Sam.
no joke. Been warned.
Can't do nothing if I can't.
So we're gonna have a house bomb?
That's what Mr. Tate is working on. We'll have to down to the construction phase.
in the real house.
Like the ones next door?
Carrots are coming in nice. Still have some potatoes to harvest.
Looks like it's gonna be a good
Everybody's talking to one another and nobody is available for manipulation except for the guards, and the guards just keep passing the check. Why? Oh, why is it so difficult? Now, to be honest, this is just as difficult as if I weren't so super leveled up. So, there's no real...
You didn't hear this from me. Those ecliptic mercenaries?
Alright, got him!
Factions use them sometimes. Freestar Collective and UC both. That's why they give them a wide berth. Ask me, those murdering assholes should be blasted into space dust.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think I need to talk to
Honey, souls in manipulation.
I'm sure she'll help us.
He's having that manipulation skill when negotiating
We'll
things
warn
can
them
be
about
very
the
handy.
Ashta? We
One
got
more
a
to
big old
go.
sign. Danger. If they open up the gate and go out there,
Ta-da!
it's on their own head.
Success. Yeah. Normally this skill is locked until you run through the Ryujin storyline. But because I, as you well know, used a few cheats here and there, I managed to successfully bypass that. Mm-hmm.
But if they're far...
And of course, the higher up that is, by the way, the manipulation rank, you'll be able to actually begin to use it in my brain malfunctions. You'll be able to begin to use it in Trade Authority. Let's return to the mousey. You'll actually be able to use it in conversations. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Conversations. You know, that thing I'm doing right now, even though we're going to chat or anything, I'm still talking to the audience. And I'm also aware that, yeah, some VTubers don't consider me to be a VTuber. They call me a tourist because I'm not on the internet streaming 8 hours a day as bare minimum. Well, you know what? Not everybody is as lucky as you are to have a decent internet connection. Or even a halfway decent computer. I mean, I was lucky to get a computer that lets me run the model. And thanks to the capture card, my gameplay has improved simply because it's not putting all the work on the PC. So I'm just like, when I hear another VTuber say that thing about people, it's like, you know what? You're not living their life. You're not in their shoes. Please, for just a moment, take your head out of the clouds and think about what you're actually saying.
Scan complete. You are cleared to land at Newark.
I mean, at one time when you started out, did you have everything you need? Did you have, every, device and computer or I mean, I know some of you probably had things just pretty much handed to you. And some of you started off pretty on the low end. But once you're there, don't forget where you came from, okay? I mean, I just now learned how to make thumbnails for my videos, for crying out loud. So I'm going to start working on those, trying to get better at those, maybe doing some cut and paste and graphic adding and, filter warping or whatever you can do with things. There's so many things you can do these days. I mean, there's a filter that literally makes you look like a cat. Okay? If there's a filter that makes you look like a cat when you talk, then please don't be judgmental.
That tree's as big as the rock.
At least,
have you paid a visit?
I mean,
to
at
Miss
least
Casimir
I'm
in
using a model. At least I'm not, just sticking a picture up there with, random imagery. I mean, I've really gone out of my way to put effort into this. And it's not easy when you have a budget of nothing.
Yes, of course. I'll see that it is returned to her in one piece. Well, perhaps minus a few sheets.
Before you start saying,
now,
"Oh, please,"
I just need a moment
you
to
don't stream enough. You don't
an audio response
make
to our
enough
friend
videos.
here.
You don't do this or do
Right.
that. You're not
So
a real
feed in a
VTuber.
sample.
First of all,
Now
what
the
defines a real
program will
VTuber?
incorporate the genetic and chemical makeup of the cell,
I know how Japan
extrapolating the
started
size and
theirs.
structure of
Okay, in fact, they started it first, especially with agencies like HoloLive. And I'm not going to take away from that by any means. There's no way. But this, I just can't help but feel that, folks, some of you take for granted what you have. And I'm not going to name names because there's too many out there that are saying this. Okay, it would be pointless to try and name names. It really would be. So, but just think about it.
Sorry, I need sign off from
some of you don't even use live 2Ds or even a 3D model like what I'm using. Some of you use a PNG
They have
model,
mixers for expats at the embassy every now and
has
then.
basically two images.
Only
One
place
where
you
it's
can get
doing
some good
something,
old Aquila City beer.
one where it's just sitting there staring at you. Why is it doing that?
You'll find
Because
the
that's the
ambassador in her
limitations
office.
of the PNG
Go on
models.
through.
You can't help it. They are what they are. That's why some
You can
VTubers
go on
use
through.
PNGs when they talk to their friends while streaming, because their computer just can't handle multiple different models doing random different things all the time. It gets very difficult, especially when you got a lower end budget PC like what I got. I think about 5 years ago, this thing may have been top of the line, but now, 12
Always good to get
gigabytes,
back to
heck, that's
Freestar Salon,
barely, the
even if it is
maximum
surrounded by
limit
New
right
Atlantis.
now. It's just enough to really operate my model and play one game, which I will be going back to, because I kept the settings for Baldur's Gate so that I can pick it up again. I just really wanted to focus on this for a while. having an opportunity to make things easier for my PC because the Xbox is picking up all the work and I'm just
All
playing the
that
game.
security, and they still can't protect their own spaceport.
But
The city
yeah,
never fails to
I figure
disappoint.
I'll probably catch
I
some
just
flack
wish I
for,
hadn't received the news from an
you know,
SSNN
saying
broadcast.
something about
We have a strategic advantage
VTubers
to
complaining
maintain,
about,
Mr.
you know,
Long.
low budget
Of
VTubers.
course,
Well,
ma'am.
you know, no
I'll
offense,
make
but
sure it
I've
doesn't
been
happen again.
watching recently
Excuse
VTubers
me.
that
Are you supposed to be in here?
are
This
in
building is
countries that
Freestar
are not
sovereign
the
territory.
economically the
So here,
best. And you know what?
we're the law.
They're making pretty good do with what they have. So just leave one another alone. There's enough VTuber drama between everybody, especially since the whole Cinder incident. We know how that has gone and ended. I will not be dredging that up. If you want to know more about it, I suggest you go watch Rev Says Desu or False Eyed or any of the other VTuber drama reporters out there, okay? They're the ones that do that stuff. You know, give them a visit and subscribe, like, and comment so that the algorithm says, oh, hey, this guy's popular. Let's, you know, make sure that they keep staying popular. Oh boy. I'm out of water. I didn't plan on doing all this yapping. I planned on doing
I'm
more
sorry.
gameplay than
Do you have
yapping,
an
but
appointment?
there's just so much going on right now during this time period. I feel a little overwhelmed with it all. And I mean, it doesn't matter what game you play these days. There's always somebody or some group out there with an agenda to try and make drama to draw attention to themselves. And I just want to play the game. Please leave me alone. In fact, please leave other people alone because I'm fully aware of the whole Corona incident, the dog VTuber. That girl, she just wants to play the game. Leave her be. Let her have fun. You know? Okay, you seem like a lady who wants to stop terramorph attacks. Well, have I got a deal for you?
What are you? Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right.
Ah, boy. Pastor, I can't emphasize how important this is. Nope, they sent me to beg. Please, please, pretty, pretty, please.
Oh, stop. You're embarrassing yourself. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it
Oh,
is
when someone makes a
dangerous.
joke like that, you
I
should
will
be
not be
worried
the one
because they
responsible
obviously
for
know
its
something
release.
you don't.
Now, why don't you quit wasting my time and yours and go? You're really gonna push this? All right,
Yes,
I will
I
give
am
you
gonna
one
push it.
chance. One
And
to
because you're a
convince me.
stubborn, selfish,
Understood.
self-centered, stuck-up, nonsensical moron. Thank you, Ambassador. Just hear me
I'm
out.
listening.
Okay. I could bribe her. Yeah. Uh, let's not, no, I'm not bribing her.
I suppose you're right.
Yeah.
You think this is about
Okay, you really left me very little choice.
A step towards better relations.
Using my
I could see some value there.
Auto persuade. Oh, I'm not bribing her. No. They're liars.
I suppose you might be right. Easy to lose sight of the big picture sometimes.
It is, isn't it, when
Well,
you're
Captain,
selfish and greedy?
you make some good points. But if I'm really granting you access, I'm gonna need the following concessions. Your access will be limited. You can only take out the items related to stopping these terramorphs. The monitors will make sure of it. You go in once, you get everything you need on your trip, and never again. And all research done with the data will be monitored. If this data is being used to save the galaxy needs to be involved in the oversight. Freestar scientists will watch your people like hawks. So, do we have an agreement?
Yeah, alright,
Excellent.
I'll agree to those.
Follow me.
Better that it worked out this way, because I benefit from the persuasion checks, than blackmailing her, because that just, it'll get you what you want, but it just kind of causes issues.
Talk to the ambassador.
With a lack of resources, rewards, and ability checks.
They tell me it should only take a moment. And there. Here, I'll reach out to Deputy McIntyre. We'll coordinate the necessary oversights. Two unlikely allies, I guess.
You know, I have, in a previous playthrough, gone down the dark side, and just to see what would happen, eliminated the ambassador there. Turns out that suit she's wearing, you can actually wear that, but to get it, you pretty much have to eliminate her. And I really don't want to do that. I'm not that kind of a person. Because shortly after, I went back and redid it properly. But yeah. You can make some really bad decisions if you want. I really choose not to. Why am I still running around with Sam? I forgot to change it. It's not like it matters on this part anyways. I like that. I got a water bottle on there. I really like this outfit. It's like I'm prepared for anything. Let's see. Actually, yeah, the particle shotgun there, the Big Bang as they call it, is probably the best choice of weapon. There's a lot of turrets and robots down here in House Blue and Embassy. And usually energy-based weapons are the better choice than dealing with robots.
Is it supposed to look like this? With Varun, you just never know.
Okie dokie. But yes. Oh my god. I am so programmed. I just realized I was humming Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I watched that movie, The Wizard of Oz, a little too much. Recalibrate friend or foe settings. I am now considered a friend. Let us activate the turrets. And they will now eliminate any robot oppositions. Notepad and a pen. Oh, some Boom Pop Orange. Orange soda. Oh, yeah, I love grape soda. Orange soda's okay, but I love
When the time's right,
grape
I'd
soda.
appreciate a chat.
Okay, what'd you say, Sam? What? Wasn't paying attention, I was talking about soda pop. See, some folks call it soda, some call it pop. I just call it both, because that's what it is. Soda pop. Be delicious, be refreshing, can be. Whoa, dead robot fell out of the tree. Oh, look, we're in the bathroom. Excuse me, sir, do you have permission to be in here? Do you know this is a abandoned bathroom, sir?
All you? When you have time.
Oh, an advanced block computer. Well, now we just can't leave it like that, can we, folks? No, sir. We most certainly cannot. Boop, boop. Well, that's no good. Oh, wait, I bet I know what it is. It's a tricky one. Boop, boop. There we go. Upgrade friend or foe. I'm going to put myself as a friend. We're going to activate units. And now if there's any enemy turrets, our friendly new robots will take care of that. Ammo! More ammo! Not ever have too much ammo. Toilet. That one's apparently not operational. Already got one of those. Oh, look. Yes, more ammo. Oh, zero jack. Okay. Much like the Fallout series, there are... Excuse me, robot. Please move. Thank you. Similar to the Fallout series, there are Kims in this game, which can give your character a boost. And just like in Fallout, you can become addicted to those. Just like in real life. Apparently, the story is when the Varun embassy was abandoned by the people, they left behind all their plants. And nobody ever bothered to take care of them all this time. Somewhere there's a red marker. It could be on a lower level. This gun's pretty loud. May have triggered enemies down below. Chunks apple? Square apple. No! No! Square apples for square people. Oh god, no! By the way, that's an old joke. If you don't get that, don't worry about it. I barely understood it myself. It's like a reference to a specific era of time of people where people refer to themselves as squares or circles or whatever, you know. Like, when did we all get so geometrically based? I always thought people were just people. There was no shape. But that shows what I know. I was born to a couple of parents that just didn't see the point in all that nonsense. I don't know. It is a nice gun, and it actually is pretty powerful by most situations. Oh, excuse you. Excuse you, sir. You may not do that. That won't work. Well, it might work on the other one. So. Excuse me. Oh, my apologies. I am a very tired, sleepy boy. Whoa, sir. Oh, whoa, please. Take a number and step to the side. This aggressive behavior is unacceptable. Oh. Leave my business there, you know, Mr. Turret. Why did I come over here? There was nothing here except for the vending machine. Of course, if the robots hadn't jumped me, I could have reprogrammed them, but guess we're not going to do that anymore, huh? Now this is interesting. Whoever's desk this was, they had a gun underneath. But they had the wrong ammo for it. Red trench. Sounds like a disease. Oh, excuse you, sir. Are you supposed to be standing there? And apparently they had a little kitchen up here. Exotic wood decoration.
Do you got time for a quick chat? I'd appreciate
Look,
it when you're able.
it's cake. And apparently it's still good after all this time. Just like what the junk food manufacturers make. So tasty. It's a potato. Square potatoes. Oh, there was more cake back there. I saw it, but I'm not going for it. Let us go. Let us flee quickly into the basement. Beware, guardians. Okay. Sorry, fellas. Fred, you just are too darn loud. sneak up on me. Of course, it helped that the fact that they had markers over their heads too. So you know.
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss.
Discuss? Discuss what? Oh no. I wonder how many people pass up this Maroon Ambassador suit. Because it's like right there. I mean, you know. Then you come in here and there's this end of dungeon chest here or crate. It's just full of goodies. And if you want more goodies, right here is a key card.
Not the
first,
ideal
let's get the thing
introduction,
we came
I
here for,
suppose,
shall we?
giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate
it's
your
okay.
persistence.
Not that bad.
I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. But then again, who could cage such a beauty? Eh? Tell me though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack. Then the embassy was struck with a power surge and then... silence. Has the rest of the city suffered quite so badly?
Did you say that thing outpouring out clouds upstairs is called a venom?
Harmless spores, you have my word, but hard to navigate. Hence why I was guiding you through the intercoms to restore the environmental controls. And release me. It is the sap of the tree that gives it its... well, perhaps not a topic for this exact moment.
Oh,
but
of
I
course,
must
you know,
know
we
of
just
the rest
harvest
of
the
the
sap
city.
and it gives
Does
us
it
a
still
deadly
stand?
poison. The spaceport is in rough shape, but not much else was damaged.
Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to sooner rather than later. Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace that brought you here at such an opportune moment. You were sent by the UC. That much is obvious. Who else could just waltz through my door, hmm? And the broadcast spoke of terror morphs at the spaceport. A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide is some enthused cheerleading and... an archive code. So the UC requires
Kind of got straight to
information,
the
then.
point there, didn't he?
On terror morphs, presumably, hmm? Do I see this all clearly?
We're going to use the data in the archives to better understand and stop these attacks.
Yeah, the preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. Using its data to prevent more attacks, there is logic there. But if I am to grant you access, I have a requirement. For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. We founded this embassy with hopes of shedding that legacy. With little success. In exchange for my code, I require this.
Your people didn't really want to
must be the one who ensures it is used for good.
Belief.
Ensure House Varun's legacy is
problem,
more than just
They
carnage.
didn't have to give up their belief.
The
They
knowledge
just
you
had
ask for
to
isn't evil. No knowledge is.
follow the
It is
rules
we
like
who bend
everyone
it to
else
evil
did.
ends.
That's
You
really
must
a lot of
assure
the
me
major
this will be used to
problems.
save lives, not endanger them.
By the way, I want to make an announcement if I haven't already, because I can't remember. I talk about so much stuff here. I am making a special Halloween. I guess it is a new model, technically, but I'm only going to have it for Halloween. I can't tell if my TC's here because I have a small screen. Let's zoom it in a little bit. Okay, I got normal TPs. Didn't want to give anything away. Anyway, I got a special outfit and it is actually kind of a new model. It's the same body type as this one, except for the facial structure is different and it has makeup on it. I'm only going to be using that model for Halloween for the month of October, so hopefully I will have a special. I'm kind of trying to do basically guess a debut for the new model and the outfits. Um, but it is only going to be like used for like Halloween. I kind of wish there was Christmas outfits available, but yeah, that's not really a thing for the app I'm using. Let's see. Okay. No, actually, you do have my word.
For whatever it's worth, Sam Coe here. You got my word too.
Well then, I shall not fear. Please, follow me.
But yeah, I've got
I could
a
really bend your ear
special
when you got a
model
moment.
lined up for Halloween in the month of October. I don't know if I have a game scary enough to go with that model, but
Let's hope it still
who knows?
works.
I might have. I might have.
And there. Let it be used for good.
It will be. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go to this here storage room and rob you blind. I mean, examine the fine contents within. Yeah, see, you only ever get the Nova Blast Disruptor, and it never gets any better than what it currently is. I kind of hate that. Because all the other guns in the game upgrade as you play. And it's like, really? Really? Sorry, there's moments where it looks like I'm looking up at the sky. That's because I'm tilting my head because my glasses are sliding down my nose. There we are. Okay. Wow. That's a lot. Okay. Everything will be okay. You need not worry because I'm a terrible, terrible player at this. Oh, that's, I make funny noises. You know, I thought about actually getting that's okay, I'll take it anyways. I thought about getting a voice changer.
When the time's right.
Ooh, advanced Baroon spacesuits.
I'd appreciate a chat. Any day you make it through is a victory in my book.
You know, this game does hold a bit of significance for me. This was the last game my mom watched me play before she passed away. I literally just beat it for the very first time. And then she went into the hospital and never came home. day for me, really. And once I'm done with this series, I won't be playing this game again. Quite a long time. That's alright. I wasn't the one that made all that trouble. I just got stuck dealing with it. Like everybody else who plays these games. It's silly that I can't play these games and just enjoy them. And I just realized I missed a magazine back there that would have increased my stealth bonus. It's kind of a big thing to forget. But I know where it is. So remember path back to this. Past this guy. Here we are, Perusing Scriptures. Okay. But, the world's gone crazy, folks, and we're the ones making it bad. So we have to be the answer. Just stop with the hate, stop with the anger. Life is too short. Quit being petty and selfish. And either make amends with those you've harmed, or just quit going on about it and move on. Find a better way of living for yourself than to keep digging and agitating one another.
On the record?
You just... It's just too much. This world is too much right now.
I asked my boss what they're doing to stop new alien attacks on the city.
Well, here we go.
Captain, you're back sooner than... Oh, wait. Did you actually succeed? With Radcliffe? And Balmore? We're all in agreement.
Yep. Code pieces for House Varun and Freestar Collective. Getting ready to be deployed.
So the old man was still lurking around in there. Fine work, Captain. And now, I've already arranged everything with the archival monitors. When you get down there, the UC monitor will give you instructions on how to deploy the codes. Follow them to the letter. Here, the UC code piece and an archival access card. The entrance is just on the other side of the plaza across from Mast. Absolute best behavior down there, all right?
Excuse me there, Sham. Normally when I play this, I just play it all the way through in one setting. But since I started doing VTubing, I find I can only tolerate this game for a small time. I think the highest tolerance I've had for it has been like 3-4 hours. Well, if you've watched my previous videos, you know how long it is. Even with the editing. It don't matter which door it is. See, I like this outfit I got on better than what he's got. He's just like a guard.
Captain, we've been expecting you. Please approach the monitoring station and we will go over the rules. Welcome, Captain, to the archives. To proceed, you will need to deposit your codes into the 3 corresponding receptacles. Once they are verified, I will open the door. Your data resides in Unit 18. You will not be able to access any of the other units. Once you've collected your data,
I move my mouth, my head tilts one way or the other.
you may insert
I
the
really
worst
got to
of the
work on
archival
that
codes when you're
motion
ready to
tracking. Alright, so yeah, here's your paper slip. Here's the paper slip to the abandoned room. And the paper slip to these guys. Actually, what I just handed them weren't really paper slips necessarily. They were a bit of really old school tech. If you've played Cyberpunk, they actually talk about this tech that I'm talking about right now. It's a punch card. And punch cards used to be used for 2 things. One, for punching in and out on a time clock so that your employer knew when and how long you worked and how much to pay you. It was actually very precise. Unless, of course, you weren't honest, at which point then things could be manipulated. Or if you had another employee who had access to your time card, then they could really mess with you. The other thing that punch cards were used for was what we just pretty much used those for, was you would punch the cards with a series of holes. Really, the ink and numbers were really for you to understand what you were doing. They were not for the computer, because the computer back then could not scan ink and numbers and letters like they can now, and then, you know, through the algorithm decipher it into something legible. No, what was really happening, which is super interesting, is it's the holes that were punched into the card the computer was actually reading. You see, because the patterns relayed information.
Captain, can I help you?
And thus,
Oh, there, get him.
your computer would then respond.
Pardon?
In fact, the punch card technology for computers came out around during the time of the very first computer, ENIAC.
Captain, if you'd be willing to transfer the documents to the Major,
sounds,
she and I have
that
been discussing
is
what comes
exactly
next.
what it was.
Stayed out of trouble down there, I hope.
Time for us to start getting some real answers.
It's
figure
a
out if we've
big
been
story
asking the right
for
questions. So whenever you're
particular
ready.
computer, and it was a massive computer too. It actually, from my understanding, it took up like 3 warehouses or something like that. That's how big it was, and it didn't use circuit boards or hard drives or even floppy disk like most systems do today. In fact, most systems today don't even use floppy disk anymore. Oh yeah, I made some promises there, Hadrian. Can you assure me that this data will be used for good?
Yes. It will be. Percival and I have done our damage. This is us starting to put some things right.
My apologies. Sleepy. Major, you may take possession of the Terramorph data.
Acknowledged and accepted, Captain. So with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where exactly this work's getting done. The Red Devil's headquarters on Mars, back where you found Percival, seemed the natural spot. Already has the equipment, the safety measures. Though it sounded like the deputy had a few more things she needed to discuss with you first.
Indeed. The most important of which is getting you your citizenship.
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Captain, if you'll follow me.
Okay. Oh, hey. She has a magazine on her table here. Nova Galactic. Walking, walking, we're slowly walking.
I see you wearing that narrow lamp. Don't try any of that mind control voodoo on me, pal.
Why? You concerned about doing something you won't remember? Actually, most normal neuroamps can't do anything like that, but there's such a fear of the unknown, even today, that it will do something horrible. Deputy Elizabeth McIntyre. Okay.
All right, Captain. Are you ready to become a citizen of the United Colonies?
I think I'm better dressed for this environment than you. At least my jacket's warm. Yes, I'm ready.
Good. This isn't the only item we need to discuss, so I'll give you the short version. Please raise your hand. Captain, through your actions today and in days past, you have earned your place among the
I
United
almost thought about
Colonies.
turning the hand tracking
Through
on just
service,
for this
bravery,
scene.
strength, and upholding of the mutual good. Will you carry and cultivate these values for as long as you remain a citizen?
What? Oh, yeah, I will, yeah.
Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome you into the
I
United
could go
Colonies as a
through
full
all of the
citizen.
questions and things,
Here,
but
your official
the truth
ID and your
is, none of it
citizenship
really
dispensation.
matters.
We've also let the Aphelion
If I
Realty
choose to
office out
move
in
to
the
the
plaza
Freestar
know you're
Collective, I
approved to purchase
can. If I
property.
want to be out on my own, I
Now,
can.
the other item we needed to discuss. There's
So
a
on
member
and
of the
so
UC
forth.
who's asked to speak to you, but this person is in a sensitive position.
Oh yes, this is where we're going to learn that
Normally, we
UC has
wouldn't even
committed a
consider
war
something
crime.
like this, but we think this person has information that could prove useful in dealing with the Terramorphs. And they've stated they'll only share it with you. They asked for you by name. So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see is kept in the strictest confidence. You can tell no one. Can you agree to these terms?
Asked for me by name, and just who are we talking about?
I'm sorry. I can't share any more without your word. Do I have it?
Not really, no, because if you're not willing to tell me who they are, I'm probably not going to be willing to work with you. But for the story's sake, yes, I'll
Let's
take
hope it
it
never
to my
comes to that.
grave.
Head to
Although
the
I'm
elevator.
technically
You're going to
lie
subsection
about
7.
that.
I'll make sure you're cleared for access by the time you get there.
So how much of a thrill has it been traveling with the one and only last descendant of the great Solomon Coe?
Oh, this was
Is it everything you imagined?
Oh, I think you're doing your family proud. Such an honor. You should see my diary.
Yeah, but no autographs, okay?
Aww.
I gotta say, it's a relief being with you. So many people hear Coe and they expect me to pull some miracle out of a hat. Time has a way of just building on itself. Solomon was a
Sorry,
good
Sam,
man.
but I don't really
Great one,
expect
even.
anything
But
out
if
of
you
you
ever
other
heard all the
than to do
bullshit
your
being talked
job.
about him these days,
Everybody
flat
who
out deck
boards
'em.
my ship has a job to do, sir. Well, then I want my miracles. Why do they fear Solomon so much?
There's books about him, lots of them. All right, a couple of high notes. He was one of the first grav jump explorers, back when they had no idea of the dangers. First solo jump out of Sol System, all him. He explored all the
I think
planets in
once we talk to the
Cheyenne and set
man
up
in the fish
Aquila.
tank downstairs,
Plus, he
I'm
formed
going
the whole
to call
Freestar
it
Collective
quits
with
for the
Volney.
night.
So,
It's
as
gonna
you can
be
see, the names
shorter than
got
I
some serious
planned. I
heft.
keep yawning. My eyes are tired to the point that my model is actually starting to reflect that. Wish I could just turn the eyes off. That would be awesome. But my mouth would stop and my head motions would stop, so you wouldn't necessarily see some of my funny reactions. What was that? Oh. It was a moth. And not the scary, dangerous ones either. It's just an ordinary moth that eats your clothes. Sounds like you aren't happy about being related to someone.
I am. And I'm not. Yeah, there was a time, well before Cora, where it really weighed on me. Felt like every little thing I did or didn't do was a reflection on our great
like this,
legacy.
like,
It's enough to
I'm
drive you
doing stuff
crazy.
directly behind
Now
it.
I just
You
hope I
can't
can help
hear
Cora
it
to...
or see it, or at least I can't see it pop up on the thing.
I don't know.
Every parent wants their children to learn from their mistakes. Some serious parenting thoughts there, Sam. How you raised Cora is none of my business. Cora's great. You're doing a good job.
Well then, Cora's gonna get a 5-star university education from me. For my father, Cora, and me, everything starts and ends with Solomon Co. He looked out at the stars,
Technically, it
and
doesn't.
he
Once you're born into
dreamed
this
a way to
world,
get
it's
there.
up to you to find your
Imagine being
own
the
way.
first person to jump into a new system, set foot on a new world. Well, I get it. That's powerful stuff. And now... I'm just getting sappy. You're a bad influence, you know that?
Oh, what do you think, guys? Should I flirt with Sam? I mean, technically, my character is female. I didn't even pay attention to what he said, so I can't even go back to it. Yeah, we're just gonna keep it friendly. I think we're gonna keep it friendly. We're gonna
I hope the
pass on
comic book they make
relationship
about
side
our
quests.
adventures is better than that rag on Solomon. The
I'm
stuff they
just
publish is
not
just
gonna do
downright
that
embarrassing.
for my videos. So, I might have considered it, but yeah, we're not going to. We're not going to. We're not going to. We're not going to.
Okay, hello.
Subsection 7. Hidden underground lair. See, now a proper military facility would have somebody posted at one of these two desks. You would go through this, so basically it'd be a checkpoint. You would come in here.
So
you would
this is where
then
the
choose
UC
which
hides all the
direction you
scary
need
shit
to
they're
travel
doing.
in.
What
In this
I'd give to
case,
have all the
we need to
Rangers
head
with
for
me right
that
now.
door there, and then because of what's behind it, they should have another checkpoint right here. Instead, they just got this one, which means if there's a security issue, this guy is going to be too little too late to do anything about it. And the guys at the front desk could have alerted him
Tell me all about it later.
beforehand. But we're dealing with bureaucrats, and bureaucrats don't ever make proper decisions, so they think they do. And sometimes they do manage to get it right, but most of the time they just mess it up for everyone.
Welcome, Captain. Please, come down and approach the intercom. You and I should chat.
Smarmy little jerk. Here we go.
President Abeyo was kind enough to give me a few files to peruse. Quite the series of accomplishments you've managed. But now you face a foe unlike any other. An invisible enemy, lurking in the shadows. You're going to need all the help you can get. Which is why I hoped we could speak. Do you know who I am?
Oh, you look so familiar. You were in a movie or something. I know it.
Not quite. I'm Francois Sanon. But most know me as Victus. I was an admiral during the Colony War. One of its great villains, if you believe the slates. I was to be executed for my crimes. But the previous regime deemed me too valuable to simply discard. So they put me here. A sacrifice on the altar of peace. Even my death served the colonies.
That's Adrian's last name.
Very astute. That's my daughter. My progeny. You've outside.
Considering she's a clone of
Has
you,
she
I
shared with
consider
you
her
the
your
nature of
progeny.
our little family?
Kind of a stretch to call what you two had as a family.
Unfortunately, I'm inclined to agree with you. Our relationship has always been a challenging one.
Oh,
The Major
challenging,
was
but you
born to
never
become a
raised your
great
own
leader
kids.
carry on the
Whether they
legacy
were
I
clones or not, if
established,
you had raised
and
them
was
as
given
your
all the
own, they would
finest
have been
training
your
to support
kids.
it.
No, you
And
chose
she
to go be the
excelled.
war hero. You chose to
universe
go
cut all
fight
that short.
and destroy things instead
Now,
of
though,
raising your
it's
family,
placed even
dude.
more crucial work in front of the two of you. And I
Sorry, I
think
get a
I
little
have a
touchy
part
on
to
the
play
subject
in
of
helping you
family.
accomplish what you've set out to do.
Not every day I get a chance to work with a man living in a fish tank. Keep talking.
After some long years earning the trust of this current regime, the UC has been permitting me to work alongside one of their recovery teams, helping them gather intelligence on, locate, and organize scenarios to lure in some of the criminals that evaded justice after the colony war. With quite a few successes, I might add. But in the process, I managed to find something else. The names and locations of Hadrian and Percival's old research team. Valuable manpower for the effort you're about to embark on. I'll tell you where they are, but in exchange, I need something dealt with.
You track down war criminals, people like you. How does that work exactly?
Well, who better to find them? But many of them I knew personally, and I've always had a mind for details. Where someone was born, next of kin. You'd be shocked how often an otherwise brilliant criminal flees to the planet just next to the one where they were born, or where a family member resides. I simply use my own personal knowledge and the information our group collects for me to track them down and set things right.
I don't like dealing with this guy, but we got no choice in order for the story to move forwards. Alright, go on.
There is a former colleague of mine, a man by the name of Dr. Reginald Orlaise. Like myself and Hadrian, he was involved in some of the United Colony's more problematic lines of research. Mech weapons were his specialty. If it dealt death, he could make a deal more. When the colony war ended, he fled, refusing to face tribunal, and has continued to peddle his skills to the highest bidder to this day. But I finally found him. I want you to track him down and deal with him. However you're able. I'm not expecting he'll come quietly. Bring me evidence that the job's done, and I'll tell you what I know.
So you want me to be a hitman for you. How about I arrest him and turn him over to the UC?
You can certainly try, but the man's been out there 20 years. He's likely gone feral by now. Easier for all if you simply blow up his ship and be done with it.
Feral? Suppose a person can go feral. Like a child being locked in a closet till they're 20 years of age. That would make a person feral. This guy wasn't in that case. You brainwashed him somehow, dude. I'm not killing anyone, but if he's actually as bad as you claim, I'll consider bringing him to justice.
If that's what you require to sleep at night, so be it. According to my information, he's been hiding around the world of Etheria, Wolf System. There's a star station in the vicinity, the Den. The head of the local vanguard, one Captain Marquez, should be able to help you find our man.
That will be the last time that I face him sitting, because in his situation, you don't want to give him the impression he has control.
Identity verified. You may proceed to the exit.
You want to stay above him in some way, but without pushing him too hard. Come on, Sam, let's go. Yeah, because according to their own history, that dude was supposed to have been executed. Sorry. That dude was supposed to have been executed for war crimes against humanity, which he did do. There was a colony called Londinium, which I'm sure those of you who've played this or watched other videos, you know this by now. Londinium
Captain,
was.
did your meeting go well? I hope it's clear
They
now why
said it
we
was
needed you to
lost to
agree to all the
terramorphs, but the
secrecy.
truth was it wasn't lost to terramorphs or even an enemy attack. That guy in the basement actually opened fire on the citizens down there, killing them and his own military soldiers and officers.
Captain, please, keep your voice down.
No.
The situation with the
Anyway,
prisoner is a complex one.
he committed
I'll hold
a
over
heck
from a
of a
different
war
era.
crime.
But it's a
And
situation
that
we've
was
been
one of
managing
them that
as
got him
discreetly
put
and
down
humanely
there.
as
The
we
other
can
one was his
for some time
brutality
now.
towards the
And the
enemy
most
during
critical
the
part
fighting.
of that management is making sure no one
That's
else
why they
learns of it.
requested his.
Do I make myself clear?
Not only his resignation from the service, but then the Freestar Collective requested him about being executed for his crimes. And
Short
as you
of
can
jailing
see,
you?
the UC,
No,
while they
you're
said they
right.
did that,
But in
clearly
this
did
moment,
not.
I think
My
it would be a
guess
big mistake
was
to tell her.
they
Though I
probably
presume
took
he
one
didn't
of
call you
his
down there
clones
simply
that
to
looked
discuss his
exactly
daughter.
like him and executed the clone while keeping him. I like how it's in quotation marks. The prisoner asked me to deal with Dr. Orlays. Figured you and I should discuss.
Dr. Reginald Orlays? He's finally found him. Of course, killing Orlays
Actually,
is
he knew
completely out of
where
the
he was the
question.
whole time.
But bringing him to justice...
But that won't come out until later.
He's been on the lam for years. That'd be a huge win for the UC.
Alright.
What's being offered in return?
Wait, you're actually
Allowing
considering
you to kill
this?
someone on behalf of the prisoner? Absolutely not. But taking the chance to bring a known criminal to justice? Well, the old man's been right more than a few times in the past. So, what's being put on the table here?
The location of Hadrian's old
He
team.
found the members of the research team. We'd already initiated a search for them, but it'd save a lot of time and manpower if he just gave us that information. Captain, if that's the deal,
Well,
you have my endorsement.
After we're
Just
done
so
talking with
long
her,
as you
that's
make every
it.
effort to bring the
I'm
man
gonna
in
save.
alive. Now, was there anything else you wanted to discuss regarding your meeting?
No. No, I'm not gonna. I'm getting too tired to ask all these questions and sit through the answers. Hey, Sam,
Yes?
couldn't get past the wall there, buddy? Alright. Okay. So, I'm gonna make another save here. I have a bunch of unnecessary saves. Man, I'm so tired. My glasses are falling down my nose. And I know I've closed my eyes a couple of times on cam. So yeah, that's it, folks. Right, right. So, my little neon lights. I'm wishing you good evening and a good night. Talked about a lot of serious stuff during this gameplay. Again, I'm sorry if anything was said that you didn't like, but it's mostly truth. I don't know what Mr. Kirk's political views were, and it doesn't matter. The manner in which he lost his life was the problem. and it's terrifying. It should not have ever have happened, but it did. So I ask, leave the Kirk family to grieve in peace because they're going to be scarred for the rest of their lives. And to my fellow VTubers, you need to stop with you're not a VTuber because you don't stream every day. Well, streaming every day or even doing pre-records every day may not always be available for some folks. Some folks have to pay bills and things, and VTubing, like for me, doesn't pay anything at all. But that's because I chose that fate. I chose that path with YouTube. It's an option for me to change, but like I said, my financial situation's unique, and I can't afford to have any extra profit right now. As for why, I can't really go into details. Um, but just know that a lot of it is just crazy, insane, and I'm dealing with it as I go. Ooh, please stop yelling at one another over stupid things. Um, I mean, if I could stream live for 8 hours a day, I would do it. I really would. But I have a computer, I have limited hard drive space, I have very few resources. I have just enough to get the model working. I have just enough to get a decent mic, so I'm not breathing into your ear the whole time as I play. I have I have to find a way to get a better webcam. The one I got is one that I'm just making do with. The only light source on it is the little green "It's working" light. Um, and I have to find a way to get a better, like a ring light or something to help with the lighting, but that's just another thing on the project list. And getting a proper um, boom mic arm to hold the microphone so I can just adjust it to where I need it. You know, those are two things I need to find. Um, but you know, there's a lot of bad things happening in the world, and we need to be the ones that change it. We need to be the shining light that says, enough is enough. If you're angry, I'm sorry. If you're upset, then let's make it better. But there's no reason to call for violence. There's no reason to call for rage and hate. And I mean, you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go for your own self, for your own soul. It's time to let it go. Forgive and move on. Maybe even forget if you want. Because I know some folks can forgive, but they don't forget. And we got to turn the tide by turning ourselves. So, just speaking as much truth as I can, folks. I'm tired. So I might be babbling a bit. I apologize. Um, just remember, my little neon lights shine brightly, even in the dark. And you know what? If you need help, ask for help. That's kind of how I've been making it. If you don't reach out and ask, no one will help you. So, There it is. Good night.